Welcome back to another episode video of the ONJ podcast. I'm your co-host Jeremiah.
I'm your co-host Orlando.
All right, this is post Pistons Pacers at the Little Caesars Palace or Arena. I don't know if they still call it Palace, but yeah, Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. Um Pistons get the W without Cade. Who am I missing? Without Ausar Thompson. Without Marcus Sasser. Um, yeah,
Tobias Harris.
Tobias here. Dang, Tobias been out. He hasn't played a game this year, has he? Yeah.
No.
Oh, dang. Yeah, Tobias still out. And then for the Pacers, of course, Tyrese Haliburton. Most notably. Outside that, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think there's nobody else. That's missing outside that. Uh, Pistons get the win. 127, 112. By 15. Great game. Well, not really great game, but great game, great performance from the Pistons in their home arena. I mean, it was a little close, We'll talk about it, but as we always start, who you got player of the game? Who you got? I mean, it's kind of obvious, but
Kind
who
of
you got?
obvious. Uh, Jalen Duren.
Yeah,
31 points, 15 rebounds, 12 of 13 field goal percentage. When I saw the play that they decided to inbound the ball to him, he takes it up the court, does a little dribble move, pulls back, shoots the shot, makes it. Crazy. Crazy. You knew he was going to have a great game after he did that. I knew he was gonna go off this game after watching that. Mm, he was
yeah,
cooking.
cooking, cooking. I agree. 100%. Jalen Duren, he had an incredible game. Um, he kind of took me back to, I mean, play a lot more rec now, on 2K, but he kind of took me back to, my park 3-on-3. You're up 18 to 3. And you maybe it's not me, I'm not saying I'm one of those players, but you'll come across one of those players who doesn't want to end the game, and just want to try to shoot them shots and just see what they can make. They'll just shoot straight half court shots to try to game you for 21, while you're up by 15 already. So they're like in the game, but no, you don't want to end the game. You just want to shoot from half court just to rub it in your opponent's face that much more and not just hit a regular 3-point shot. And I feel like that's what Jalen Duren was doing today. I'm not saying he was pulling up from half court, but I feel like he was just doing stuff. Like this is the game. Let me just try it out. Let me just try stuff out. Let me just try out certain moves. Let me just see
It was
if my
working.
dribbling. Let me just see if my dribbling is up to par. You know what I mean? Let me see if my dribbling that I've been working on in the off season. Let's see if it actually worked. This is the perfect game to see if it actually works. You telling me there's a 6'10"? What did the announcer say? Is what 6'10", 270
Two,
pounds center dribbling the ball up and down the court like he's I don't know what Zion Williamson or something. Like I don't know. Like it's wild. I wasn't expecting this wasn't on my Uno card. I wasn't expecting this to be like a skill of Duran, but I mean I'm here for it. Hey, I'm here for it.
hey, I'm still surprised they gave him that ball. I just can't get over that play. It was so good. The man was trying to channel his inner LeBron or something and going from end to end. That's
It worked. It worked. It's scary. That's scary. And he didn't look out of control, right? Like he didn't look like it was like, like whoa, 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 like relax, relax, relax. Like no, like he was pretty much in control of the ball. Like it's pretty,
yep.
it's pretty wild.
Shout out to him.
Nah, but shout out to the culture as well at Detroit. Um, my bad. I'm trying to uh look up my
Yeah, I mean from the culture side from Detroit, I mean like
yeah,
it kind of brings me back of like the I think they're trying to bring back like the bad boy Pistons
for sure.
type of culture. Like their defense is just so good, and I think that was the main thing of the bad boy Pistons. That defense, that on top of you, playing hard type of defense. I mean, Isaiah Stewart fouled out. Like I think it's like a regular occasion for him now to just foul out because he's trying so hard on defense that. they're going all out on that side. So and I really like. I always say defense wins championships. So it's nice to see a team that just goes so hard on the defensive end.
Yeah. No, really. I mean, they looked incredible out there. They clearly have an identity on that defensive end, right? And it showed, right? Like even when you're missing, your best player, it's an overall team effort. You know what I mean? And also, shout out to we were talking about him a little bit throughout the game. As we were talking back and forth, but like Dennis Jenkins, like he had a great game, even with Cade being out. He has a nice game. I like his game. He's real. I don't know how to describe it. Like maybe like he plays. I don't know what's the word to describe like somebody that's like plays on his toes a little bit. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like he's like real twitchy. I don't want to say twitchy, but I don't know if that's the correct word. But like he's real good off the bounce. You know what I mean? Like like he's not a like he has a bounce to his game. Like he has a certain like bounce to his game that I like to see. And now he had a great game. He makes good decisions with the ball. He can score as well if need to. Had 26 points, 8 assists. I had a pretty even overall game. But I mean, Pistons are very well rounded, and especially once they and you haven't seen Tobias yet, and you haven't seen like guys like Marcus Sasser and guys like that yet. But clearly, I mean, and they're I think what they're second in defensive rating this year. So I mean, clearly their identity is on the defensive end of the ball, which I mean, as it should be. They do have the players to do so. But like think players like having players like Isaiah Stewart, Javante Green, like Ron Holland, like guys that can provide you that energy, especially on the defensive end, and then like turn that defense into offense. I think that's going to be valuable, like for a long playoff run for sure.
There's the moment where I wish we had the soundboard because right now I would play that sound of Shaq where he was like, "I was unfamiliar with your game," and that's what I would have to say to Jenkins. I was unfamiliar with his game, so I had to do a Google search when I saw him playing real good. I was like, "Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! I haven't seen this man play. Let me Google it real quick." The last few games when he's been taking over for Cade, he's been scoring in the 20s and up. So it's like, whoa, where's he's been? Where has this man been all this time? He's on a two-way contract.
Mm,
Unbelievable. This man's
yeah.
on a two-way. You're telling me this man came from the G League and just started hooping straight away, like instantly put him in the lineup. He's gonna deliver 20 points for you, and an efficient 20 points. Today he was 11 for 21, so he was
Mm,
like around that 50, I think a little bit above 50%.
yeah.
And then the assist is I was
No,
unfamiliar with your game.
he's nice. He's nice. I like his game a lot. Now I'm curious, like I'm curious how that works though, because they're kind of like stacked with how well he's playing now. I mean, like they're stacked, and we didn't even mention Ivy, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like they're stacked. You have Cade, you have Ivy, you have Sasser, you have and then you have Jenkins, right? Um, like their guard depth is pretty good. It's pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's just the Pistons are they're just so good this season.
No, they are.
From
Yeah,
not only their depth but their identity, their defense. They
yeah,
know how to play together and take like the smart shots. I think they're doing
yeah.
great.
Yeah. I think just turn that defense and offense. Like, I mean, that's really it. And what I like about their squad too, and I want to touch on the Pacers too a little bit, but like what I like about their squad too is like roles are kind of identified. You know what I mean? Like you know who your go-to guy is, Cade, right? I mean, but by yeah, I mean you have no after after breaking the record for most missed field goals, you have no choice but to don him as your go-to scorer, 14 to 45. He's clearly not afraid to, put that ball up. But like you have your go-to scorer. Then you have like kind of a secondary guy, in Jalen Duren, who who's pretty having a dominant All-Star year, right? And then you have complementary pieces, you know. But most importantly, you have a lot of defensive and perimeter complementary pieces, right? Asar Thompson's pretty good, right? Tobias Harris, he's good on offensive end, and he can defend when needed, when he puts in that effort. But like Ron Holland, Isaiah Stewart, who kind of provides that Draymond like edge, that just hardcore, you know, I may elbow you in the face by accident like it's a normal basketball play. 6'4", 6'5".
6 fouls.
He gonna use them. He gonna use them, huh?
You're gonna make sure he uses all 6 fouls correctly.
Like he nothing's wasted. Like, what I mean, he's like, hey, I get 6 fouls a game, I'm gonna use them. Why not? But nah, I mean they're really good. I think they can definitely, and it's interesting too because it's like I don't, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you heard these same things, but like coming into the year, it was always Knicks, Knicks, Knicks. Like, you know what I mean? Like all the signs were pointing to the Knicks, but you never really heard of any, like you never really hear of any, you didn't really hear too much chatter of like there's a big competition, like there's a team that could really compete with them. Especially with Tatum went out, it seemed like just the East was wide open, right? So it seemed like the media tried to just crown the Knicks as the Eastern Conference champ. Like there wasn't really much Pistons chatter from what I heard. I don't know if you heard any Pistons chatter, but like I didn't really hear no Pistons chatter. So to like see them have on a 10-game winning streak, like come on. Like they're on a 10-game win streak right now. Coming off of maybe a couple of years ago, you know, freaking 30, what, 30, 40, almost 30, 40 game losing streak. Like, come on. So a couple years after that, you're top of the Eastern Conference. Like, I mean, just shout out to the team and just they didn't stop believing for sure. I mean, the city didn't stop believing them, but more importantly, like the players. I mean, you could lose like that, and it could just be like normal. Like it could become normal, or you could just continue to grind it out, and then hey, you got some
Yeah, and
victories.
then like you were saying, there wasn't that much chatter. But then if I remember correctly, early in our one of our first podcast episodes for this season, I
Hmm.
think we were specifically thinking we were saying the East is so wide open, who are some teams to look out for? And I think one of the teams I mentioned was the Pistons.
Okay.
Because I think they made the playoffs last year, and I was like, I want them to continue that trajectory, continuing to go up. I mean, as of right now, they're exceeding expectations. Like I
Mm.
expected them to be good, but not like number one in the East type of good.
Right.
So they're doing really good.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I mean, it's great though. I mean, it's great to see that city, especially what they like what that seeing like what the team has been in the past couple. I mean, not last season, but the years before that, how bad they were, but to see them finally, getting it on track. I mean, it's good to see. I mean, you see the teams, with Chauncey Billups and Ben Wallace and Tayshaun Prince and all them. Like you see them win a championship, so it's possible. You know what I mean? But just need to bring the right group of pieces, and I mean, they just have the right group of guys. They seem to just have the right group of guys. This team just seems to have a good balance. You know what I mean? Like like for JB Bickerstaff and his coaching staff, like there's plenty of options. Like what I love about the roster is like I think they're built for the playoffs just because just the amount of pieces, just the different types of lineups they could throw at you in terms of, whether you want defense or shooting, and then the guys they have injured, like Tobias, Marcus Sasser, Jaden Ivey, like those are not like slouch players. Like those are legit offensive, guys that could give you some offensive, firepower, on the floor. So I mean, yeah, it's looking good. It's looking really good. I mean, we haven't even seen Ivy and Harris play, and Sasser play at all. So I mean, yeah, they're gonna be good. Um, I mean, we gotta talk about it. I mean, they were in the game. Pacers dropped to
They were in the
one.
game. What?
I'm sorry, I tried. Okay, all right. Lock in. Who? Pacers. God dang, 1-13. Okay, I'm sorry.
You
Pacers
know,
dropped to 1-13. Um, yeah.
when when one team looks really good, that just means the other team's gonna look very bad.
Okay,
And
that's a
when the
way to put
Pistons
it.
looked really good this game, the Pacers looked really bad.
Oh man, hold up. Let me
And
see
it's
if this is the
crazy
right
to
one.
think that this is the team that was in the finals.
Wait, is this the right one?
Personnel helps.
About to tell you earlier. Hold up.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Yeah, there it is. They were getting so. And like they, I mean, they almost made a run. You know, Matherin, he almost went on like a 10-point run by himself. I mean, he almost brought them back. Then I think he brought them within eight. I think eight. Yeah, like 8 points or something. But I mean, Detroit wasn't letting it go past eight. I mean, they kind of like Pacers would make a run, but we're like, okay, like we have control over this game. We're not gonna let that happen. But I mean, you just I mean, it's kind of like that Memphis Grizzlies effect with Ja being out. Like you always see, like we would talk about like last season, like we would always talk about the Grizzlies, right? But when we talked about it, we would always one thing we would always say was like is you see the power of Ja. Like you see how much the offense runs through him. You see how much they need not even just his offensive ability, but just his overall presence on the floor. And I mean, you see a similar effect with Scott. I mean, not, God dang, not Scotty. With Tyrese Haliburton. Um, I mean, he is the engine to that offense. He is the engine to that train. He is the peanut to that butter. You know what I mean? Like he is, you know, the ketchup to the mustard. Like he is the condiments to that hot dog, right? Like he is. They need him, bro. Like they need him. And yeah.
Interesting analogies right there.
I kind of lost myself after the I should have just stopped that ketchup mustard. My bad.
Yeah, you just kept going
Yeah,
and kept
that's on me.
going and kept going.
That's on me.
But
But
anyway,
I mean, did you see anything from the Pacers or anything positive?
anything positive from the Pacers?
I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really.
Hold
Tyrese looked
on.
like he wish he could be out there. Like he's just, like watching his team just get pummeled, and you can't really do nothing about it. It's got to be tough.
All right, some positives. They did not get out rebound. They
Okay.
were they were
Okay.
in line with the same amount of rebounds for the Pistons, so it's good that they're keeping their rebounding edge.
Okay.
Um, Pascal Siakam, 29.7 rebounds, 8 of 17. Um, so taking more of that load on
Mm-hmm.
offense as he should. He's now the number one option on this team. Um,
Yeah.
Mathurin stepping up today, like you mentioned, him going on that little run by himself. Um, it's really nice to see somebody step up to the plate, knowing there's clearly openings in this team. You know,
Do you,
there's
do you think?
go
Oh
ahead,
no, go ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, no, do you think this is like pretty much an audition year for him? Like, do you think they bring him back after this year? Wait, no, because what did he sign? How many more years does he have left? I'm looking it up now. No, yeah, he is on the final year. Yeah. So do you think they bring him back after this year? Like,
I
or do you
mean,
think this is just like he should use this like as like an auditioning tape for other teams, essentially?
they have to bring him back.
Mm, you think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's kind of like their he's if Halliburton comes back, he'll be their third option.
Okay. Okay. Him, Pascal, and okay. So you think his game fits with Halliburton?
That
Or is it more so who you're gonna replace him with if
because
you let
he'll
him go?
demand a lot of money if he
Hmm.
keeps playing good. I don't know if the
Yeah,
Pacers are willing to go into that money.
that's what
Which
I'm
speaking
trying
of
to.
money, they weren't willing to go into I'm guessing the tax or whatever
Hmm.
to re-sign Miles Turner.
Okay.
And I think a lot of times we look at the Pacers and everybody's so focused on they don't have Tyrese Haliburton. They don't have the ketchup to the mayo or whatever analogy you were saying that runs the whole Pacers team and the whole ship keeps running because of him. I think a lot of people focus on that, and there's a big part that people miss, and is that they no longer have Miles Turner, the man who kind of ran their defense in
Mhm.
terms of the paint. He's the one that was guarding the paint. He's the one that was bringing that defensive identity to this team. Is completely gone. And I think you really noticed that in this game where their defense kind of crumbled and there's not that guy who can kind of put the defense together and give that effort on defense or have that IQ on defense like Miles Turner did. And I think
Yeah.
missing that piece is it's something a lot of people aren't looking at because not only did he, you know, create their defense, but he was also basically their third option was him. So not only are
Mhm.
you missing your first option now, you're missing your third option. And I think that's something a lot of people don't think about when they think about the Pacers. Too much focus is on Halliburton and not on the other big piece that they lost this season.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Just the spacing he provided, I think, was just beautiful. Along with the great points you brought up about his defensive presence. Um, yeah, I mean that spacing was something, you can't really put a price tag on that. Um, I mean now really they're sticking with Isaiah Jackson, who I love Isaiah Jackson. I think he's gonna be a great player. I think he has some of the similar I think he can develop some of the similar like defensive attributes that Miles Turner did bring. I think he has the ability to be a great shot blocker, with his leaping ability. He is a little thing is he is a little skinny, you know what I mean? So that can make if he's gonna be a full-time center, I mean, I'm sure along the way, he's probably gonna have to put on some weight, at some point. But I think, he's still coming off that. I think he had a season in the injury last year. I don't remember I don't know exactly. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't know if it was like an ACL or something, but he did have a season in injury, so he's kind of coming back. This is pretty much essentially his first full season, coming back. So that'll be interesting. Now the thing is with him though, I don't know. I don't think he's the shooter that Miles is. So the spacing, I don't know if he'll be able to provide the same spacing that Miles Turner was able to, provide. But I mean, he does. I think on the defensive end, he can. He's definitely gonna. I mean, I think this would be a good year for him to develop. Halliburton to be back next year. So yeah, we'll see, and then see how they can develop some type of chemistry. But I think he can. I mean, I was always hoping he would get a chance just to be like a chance at some more minutes. So he'll definitely have that chance. And I mean, it's tough too because I didn't even know Neesmith. He was also out with a left knee injury as well. So yeah, I mean, so Neesmith, Halliburton, yeah, I mean, it's just yeah, just a really probably just one of those years for the Pacers just to see what you got. You know what I mean? See who you want to keep and see who you want to build around, pretty much. Because I mean, your best guy is pretty much not probably you don't really need him to return this year if he's not going to be fully healthy.
Yeah, and I think you bring a good point of this being the year where the Pacers kind of have to figure out who they got.
Hmm.
And, there's some pieces on that team that you kind of already know what you got in them. So I think you should just go all in on the youth movement this season and, give the younger guys a lot of minutes to see who you could develop to maybe have a stronger roster next season.
Yeah, and I mean, well, it's still early, so I guess I don't really want to put too much on his stats, but I mean, should Nemhard be playing better, like in terms of shooting, maybe? Like, should he be shooting? Should he be shooting better than he is? Maybe. I mean, for his career, he's been like for the last 3 seasons. He shot 45% last year, 49.8% his sophomore year, and then 44% his rookie year. He's shooting 39%. I guess it's not too far off, but I don't know. I thought this would maybe be the year, and I don't know if those expectations were too high, but you would think like with Hallie being out that this would be the year maybe he I don't know like gets his numbers like maybe a 20-10 type of year like I don't know and I mean and I don't know if you're expecting him to be Hallie like that's not a fair expectation but you know what I mean like I would think maybe he would have like more better year than he has or like I don't know I don't know if you see it the same way like
Maybe also the thing to consider is that was he starting this season? The previous games when he was in, was he a starter, or was this he still coming off the bench?
like last year
No,
or this
the
year.
this season when this year started.
This season, I think he has been starting. Yeah, he should have been starting.
So I think something would be that one the guard lineup is probably playing the one is probably like the hardest role to play.
Okay.
Um, but at the same time, because the Pacers don't have anybody, I think teams probably attack him more.
Okay.
So they'll probably same game plan, but treat him as a Haliburton or something like that. Or
Mm,
he's probably their second option, so they're gonna
right.
attack him. So maybe that could be it. Um,
Yeah.
Potentially, I mean, this is our first Pacers game this year that I've watched, so I haven't
Yeah.
gotten to see him in too much action.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he's only played 6 games, but I would have thought like, he would have had like a splat, like a maybe averaging at least 20, like maybe 20, 22, you know, 10 assists, like, 8 to 10 assists, you know what I mean, around that range. But I don't know. I mean, still a long season, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But
Uh, what do you
I
think
got
of
no question.
Cade's new deal?
The shoe,
Yeah, sure.
um, interesting. First
Ooh,
off,
why
interesting that
interesting?
they gave him a whole shoe deal.
Uh-huh.
Um, Seeing as how Nike's kind of very strict on shoe deals, and they only give it to like the top of the top stars.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Cade and the Pistons previous seasons haven't really done much. Um, so I guess maybe the Nike sees a great amount of potential in him and the Pistons moving forward to give him that year to give him a whole signature shoe. Not the fact that he
Yeah.
got a whole deal. I think this getting the signature shoe is kind of like the big thing here because not many athletes get that.
Yeah.
I like the logo. The logo is pretty cool.
I have not seen nothing yet, so I'm sorry. I'm late to the part. I seen the announcement, but then I see the logo. So I my apologies on. Wait, is this it right here?
It's like it's kind of like a star looking. It's like
Star?
two
Okay.
keys that make up a star.
Hmm. Okay, yeah. Okay, I can get jiggy with this.
So it's pretty cool.
This is very interesting. Okay. I think this would be a good opportunity for Nike to, tap into that Detroit market too. I mean, I'm sure they're already there. I'm sure they're probably in every market, but I don't know. I feel like this would be a good opportunity for the company to like, get into that, you know, just maybe that Detroit. I don't really know too many like Pistons. I don't know. Because Andre Drummond, he was big, but like, was he like, you know what I mean? Like, because he was putting up crazy numbers, but was he like kind of the global like star that Cade could be? Like was you know what I mean? Like you know what I'm
Like,
trying to say?
not many people get signature shoe deals.
Right. That yeah, that's
Um,
what I'm trying to get at. Yeah.
the only what we have LeBron,
Yeah.
KD, Ja has a signature. They come right there.
Mm-hmm.
Ja, who else has a signature shoe?
D book.
D Book.
Mm, I mean, RP Bean, Kobe Bryant. Um,
That's kind of like a legacy thing.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
but anyway, most of the stars we're naming are like stars where we've seen them do something.
oh wait, are we talking just Nike? I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all of them. Yeah.
Not that many, not a big list,
Yeah.
and most of them are already established kind of stars that's
Right.
done something. So. It's kind of surprising that they gave it to Cade. I was like, I wonder if that was something he requested. That he was like, I'll only resign if I get a signature shoe. It may be
Yeah,
being as how well he's played this season. They were like, we're willing to make that investment.
yeah. I mean, he's establishing himself as like one of the better players. And what's interesting about Cade too, like basketball wise, and like I don't know if I'm saying I don't know how to say this, and it makes like, and I don't want to say that it sounds like bad, but from high school to now, like just watching them from Montverde to Oklahoma State to even him on the EYBL circuit with what was it, Drive Nation? No, was it Drive Nation or Texas? Something. Yeah, I don't know if it's Drive Nation. Texas team to so Montverde, EYBL, Oklahoma State, Detroit. Like I don't know how to say it, but like it seems like his game didn't change that much. And I don't want to like it almost seemed like he was born for it. Like it was meant for him since high school. Because he's like to me, at least, like he's played the same since high school all the way up to Oklahoma State, even all the way up through through to Detroit. Like it seemed like he's always been trusted with the ball in his hand to run the team. You know, pretty much what he's doing in Detroit. Like it's interesting. It's interesting to see. Like I just don't think he's had to change that much to his game, to be honest, which is wild for like a player. Like it seemed like his skill set was like established since high school. Like it really was. Like it was really established. Like Jalen, like even his teammate, like Jalen Duren, like he even in Memphis, like you didn't when he was with Memphis with Coach Penny, like you didn't see Penny wasn't letting him bring the ball up. You know what I mean? Like dribble and do all this crazy stuff and hit pull up jumper and hit turnaround jumpers. You know what I mean? Off the dribble, like he wasn't doing that, but he added that to his game. In the league, like with Cade though, didn't really see that. Like seems like his like game is just like it was set in stone since high school. Like it was pretty cool to see.
Yeah. I don't know. They see Nike sees something in that boy. They
Yeah.
see something that he's gonna do great things. So
Yeah. No,
hopefully he
that's
does.
it for
Hopefully,
sure. That's
hopefully the great things are not 14 for 45, and it's a better shooting.
you got to bring that up.
I'm just saying. I'm just
That's a
saying.
wild game. That's a wild game. I understand the rest of your team is out. Like the rest of the, I guess the star players are out, but dang, pass the rock. That is wild.
No, bro, the man turned into Deion Waiters real quick. I'd rather go for R for 45 than 0 for 13 and know I stopped shooting.
Like, bro, 45 shots in an NBA game, bro, and you hit 14 of them. Like, geez, bro. You got to hit like 23 to get over 50%, and you hit 14.
Yeah,
Ah, but nah, I mean, that's a great deal for him. No, I mean, great deal for him and his family. And I mean, it's great. It's great to see. I mean, he's kind of been, like I said, his game has pretty much been what it is in my eyes since high school, and he's just stayed the course essentially. Like, I mean, he's that's really it. He's stayed the course. Um, yeah, it's a great deal for Nike, great deal for him. Hopefully, and we'll see. What the future holds.
yeah,
Got anything else?
no, it's
All
all from
right.
me.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Uh, Catch y'all next game. Should be tomorrow. So Tuesday. Tuesday night video. Video should be up. So this video should be up tonight. Monday, 11th, November 17th. And we'll catch you in the next video. We out.